All right, let's dive in. Ready to explore how to land a job as a dental chairside assistant?
Always ready.
We've got some great resources from RoleCatcher to help us out today.
Mm.
Think career guides, interview tips, even some AI tools to give you an edge.
Yeah, that extra edge can make a big difference, especially in a competitive field like this.
Okay, so you're interested in a hands-on career in healthcare, right? Working directly with patients and maybe even a little bit on the tech side of dentistry.
It's a really interesting mix, patient care, technical skills, and all that new tech coming out.
Definitely. And the job outlook is looking pretty good. RoleCatcher's data shows a projected 7% growth over the next decade.
A lot of opportunity out there.
But before you can start prepping those treatment rooms, you've got to nail that interview.
Exactly. And that's where we come in. We're going to walk you through those common interview questions, give you some tips on how to answer them strategically, and we'll even show you how RoleCatcher's AI can boost your chances.
All right, let's get started. First, we need a clear picture of what a dental chairside assistant actually does day to day.
Right, and the RoleCatcher Career Guide breaks it down really well. Basically, think of it as the dentist's right hand.
I like that, the right hand.
You're assisting during procedures, prepping treatment rooms, sterilizing instruments, taking x-rays, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Ah, so it's more than just the clinical stuff. There's a lot of patient interaction too, I imagine.
Oh, for sure. Educating patients on oral hygiene, managing records, scheduling appointments. It's about making sure patients feel comfortable and informed throughout their visit.
Sounds like a pretty dynamic role.
Yeah,
A good mix of tasks to keep things interesting.
definitely keeps you on your toes.
Okay, let's jump into those interview questions. RoleCatcher's interview guide has a ton of examples, and we're going to unpack them one by one.
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right, first up, can you describe your experience working in a dental office? Seems pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, on the surface. But it's your first impression, your chance to show how your past experiences make you a good fit for this specific role.
So more than just listing what's on your resume, I'm guessing?
Right. The interviewer wants to see the connection, so focus on the tasks you've done that line up with the job description. Assisting with procedures, prepping instruments, taking x-rays, even interacting with patients. Anything relevant.
Ah, so if you've trained on any specific dental software, now is the time to mention it.
Absolutely. And be ready for follow-up questions like, what did you enjoy most about your previous role?
Oh, they want to see your passion for dentistry.
Exactly. Was it the patient interaction, the
Mm.
technical stuff, that fast-paced environment? Let that genuine enthusiasm shine through.
I love it. Okay, next question. How do you handle patients who are anxious or nervous about dental procedures? This one's all about those people skills, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
You need to show the interviewer that you understand dental anxiety is a real thing and that you have ways to help patients feel more at ease.
So what are some things you can highlight in your response?
Active listening is huge. Let the patient know you hear them, you get it. Explain procedures clearly, simply, using language that's reassuring. And of course, stay calm and compassionate always.
Maybe even offer some distractions like music or conversation.
Exactly. It's all about that positive, supportive environment. And be ready for a follow-up. Like, have you ever had to deal with a particularly challenging patient? How did you handle it?
Ooh, that's a tough one. What are they looking for there?
They want to see how you handle conflict. Can you stay professional under pressure? So pick an example that shows you can de-escalate a situation but still prioritize patient care.
Got it. Okay, next question. How do you ensure that treatment rooms are properly set up and sterilized before each patient visit?
This is all about attention to detail.
Showing them you're a stickler for cleanliness, right?
Right. The interviewer wants to see that you understand how crucial infection control is, that you're meticulous in your approach.
So how do we structure our answer to really wow them?
Walk them through your process, step by step. Sterilizing instruments, disinfecting surfaces, restocking supplies, following all the proper waste disposal protocols.
Okay, so detail is key.
Yeah, highlight any specific protocols you're familiar with. Don't be afraid to get into the nitty-gritty. And, they might ask you something like, can you describe a time when you noticed a potential hygiene issue, and how did you address it?
Oh, that's good. Showing that you're proactive, going above and beyond to maintain a safe environment.
Right. Pick an example where you identified a problem and took action. That shows responsibility, that attention to detail they're looking for.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Can you describe your experience with dental software and electronic health records? The tech side of dentistry.
Here's where you show off your tech skills.
Dental practices rely so much on software these days, right? For everything.
Oh yeah, patient records, scheduling, billing, everything.
So what are some specific programs or systems we should be mentioning?
Anything you've used. Dental practice management software, digital x-ray systems, electronic health record platforms, even basic computer skills are worth highlighting.
Show them you're comfortable with technology.
Exactly. And be ready for a follow-up question like, what's your experience training others on new software or systems?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, if you've helped colleagues learn new tech, definitely mention it.
Huh.
Shows you're willing to share knowledge and help the whole team be more efficient.
Love it. Okay, this next one might require some finesse. How do you handle a situation where a patient is dissatisfied with their treatment or experience?
Yeah, this is a tricky one. It's all about your professionalism, your problem-solving skills.
So how do we approach this effectively?
Focus on your ability to listen to the patient's concerns. Acknowledge how they're feeling. Stay calm, empathetic. Explain the steps you'd take to understand the issue and find a resolution. You'd work with the dentist, with the patient, to find a good solution.
Turning that frown upside down.
Exactly. And a possible follow-up could be, can you give me a specific example of a time you successfully resolved a patient complaint?
That's a great opportunity to showcase those problem-solving skills in action. Pick a real example where you turned a negative experience into a positive one.
I think that's a good place to take a breath for a second.
Ooh, yeah. We've covered a lot already, but there's plenty more to come.
Okay, we're back and ready for more interview questions.
Before we jump into the next round, I'm curious, what are some of the key things the RoleCatcher Career Guide highlights about what makes a great dental chairside assistant? Stuff we should keep in mind as we're prepping.
Good point. So it's more than just having a friendly personality, right? You really need a solid understanding of the dental procedures, instruments, infection control. Those are the building blocks.
Yeah, got to know what's going on to be able to assist, right?
Exactly. And then there's the soft skills. Communication, empathy, working well as part of a team. You're interacting with patients, dentists, other staff all day long.
So being a people person is definitely key.
For sure. And these days, tech skills are becoming more and more important too. Dental practices are using so much software and digital systems now.
Speaking of tech, I'm excited to talk about RoleCatcher's AI tools. Those seem like they can really help with interview prep.
Oh, they're incredible. Their AI can actually analyze job descriptions and then tailor your resume and cover letter to highlight the most relevant skills.
Really? That's so cool, like having your own personal career coach.
Right. And they even have this AI feedback feature for practicing interview answers. You record yourself answering questions and the AI gives you personalized tips.
Wow. So it's like a virtual mock interview, but with an expert.
Exactly. It helps you identify those areas where you can really shine.
Okay, I'm feeling pumped. Let's dive back into those interview questions. Where were we?
We left off talking about how to handle a dissatisfied patient. So let's tackle this one. Can you describe a time when you had to work under pressure or with a challenging patient?
Ooh, the pressure cooker. Everyone faces pressure at some point,
Yeah.
especially in a busy environment like a dental office. What are they really trying to figure out with this question?
I think they want to see your resilience. Can you stay calm and focused when things get hectic? They're also looking for problem-solving skills and how you maintain your professionalism even when dealing with, difficult personalities.
So how do we structure our answer to showcase those strengths?
The STAR method is perfect for this one. Situation, task, action, result. So describe a specific situation where you were under pressure. Explain the task you had to complete. Outline the actions you took to manage it. And then highlight the positive results.
And be ready for that follow-up, right? Something like, what strategies do you use to stay calm and focused when you've got a lot on your plate or things are getting stressful?
Exactly. That's where you can talk about things like deep breathing exercises, positive self-talk, prioritizing tasks. Show them you have a toolkit for dealing with stress.
Okay, next question. Can you describe your experience with dental radiography and x-ray equipment? Time for those technical skills to shine.
Yes. This one is all about assessing your knowledge and experience in a very specific area.
So what are some key points to emphasize if we do have experience with dental radiography?
Talk about your proficiency in taking x-rays, developing images if that's something you've done, and how you ensure patient safety during the process. Definitely highlight any certifications or training you have in this area.
And I bet they might ask a follow-up about safety protocols, right? Like How do you ensure patient safety and minimize radiation exposure when taking x-rays?
You got it. That's where you demonstrate your knowledge of radiation safety protocols, positioning techniques, protective equipment, and the ALA-RA principle.
Okay, question number 8. How do you prioritize and manage your daily tasks as a dental chairside assistant?
This is all about organization and time management, essential skills in a busy dental office.
All right, you're juggling so many different responsibilities. So being able to stay organized and efficient is super important. What are some key points we should touch on here?
Definitely highlight your ability to multitask, prioritize, and use time management techniques effectively.
Maybe even mention specific tools or methods we use, like to-do lists, calendars, those sorts of things.
Exactly. And be ready for that follow-up. Can you describe a situation where you had to adjust your priorities quickly because of an unexpected event or emergency? How did you handle it?
Oh, good one. They're really testing our flexibility and ability to adapt.
Right. So pick an example that shows you can think on your feet, adjust your plans, and stay calm under pressure.
Next question. Can you describe your experience assisting with dental procedures, such as fillings, extractions, and cleanings? Let's show off those hands-on skills.
Love it. This is your chance to showcase your knowledge and experience with common dental procedures.
How do we structure our answer to really impress them?
Give specific examples of procedures you've assisted with. Describe your role and responsibilities during each one. Don't just list the tasks. Explain your understanding of the instruments, materials, and the steps involved. Show them you understand the why behind the what.
I love that. Show them you're a thinker. And a potential follow-up here could be, have you ever encountered a complication during a procedure? How did you help the dentist manage the situation?
That's a good one. It tests your ability to stay calm in unexpected situations. Choose an example where you had to think quickly, problem solve, and work effectively as part of a team under pressure.
Okay, time for question number 10. How do you ensure patient confidentiality and HIPAA compliance in your work as a dental chairside assistant? This one's a biggie.
Definitely. This question is all about showing your understanding of the ethical and legal responsibilities that come with handling sensitive patient information.
So how do we convey our knowledge and commitment to privacy in a way that really resonates?
Start by explaining your familiarity with HIPAA regulations, what it is, why it's important, then describe the specific steps you take to protect patient information. Secure record keeping, password protection, discreet communication. Show them you don't just know about HIPAA, you live it.
And I'm guessing there might be a follow-up about dealing with potential breaches, right? Something like, has you ever encountered a situation where someone tried to access patient information inappropriately? How did you handle it?
Yep, that's a classic. It lets you showcase your integrity and your commitment to doing the right thing. Describe a situation where you protected patient confidentiality and followed the right procedures for reporting any concerns.
10 questions down. My brain needs a break.
I hear you. Let's take a pause and come back for the final stretch. We'll cover the last few questions and leave you with some final tips to help you ace that interview.
Okay, we're back and feeling refreshed. Ready to tackle the rest of those interview questions.
Let's do it.
I feel like we've covered so much already. But I know there are a few more common ones that often come up in dental assisting interviews. What else should we be prepared for?
You're right, we've still got a few more to go, and this next one is all about you. Why are you interested in this particular dental chairside assistant position?
Okay, so it's not enough to just say, I love teeth.
Probably not.
Yeah.
This is your chance to show the interviewer you've done your homework, you're genuinely interested in their practice specifically.
Right. So we need to go beyond just the generic and really highlight what drew us to this opportunity, what makes it stand out.
Exactly. Did something on their website resonate with you? Do they have a certain approach to patient care you like? Or a strong community focus? Maybe they're known for using the latest tech.
Or having a great team environment.
All great things to mention. Research the practice beforehand and find those aspects that really align with your values and your career goals. And be ready for that follow-up question. What do you know about our practice?
Okay, noted. Spend some time on their website before the interview. All right, next question. What are your strengths and weaknesses as a dental chairside assistant? This one always feels a bit tricky to me.
Yeah, it's a classic interview question, but it doesn't have to be scary. Be honest and self-aware, but also frame your answers positively.
So for strengths, we're highlighting those qualities that make us a perfect fit for this role.
Exactly. Think about your technical skills, your people skills, work ethic, anything that helps you excel as a dental assistant. Don't be shy about sharing those strengths.
And for weaknesses, we want to choose something we're actively working to improve.
Exactly. It's okay to admit an area where you're not perfect, but then follow it up with the steps you're taking to get better. Shows you're self-aware and dedicated to growth.
Like maybe you're not familiar with a specific dental software, but you're taking a course to learn it.
Perfect example. Shows you're eager to learn and adapt. Super valuable traits. And be ready for that follow-up question. Can you tell me about a time you had to overcome a weakness? What did you learn from that experience?
Ah, yes. A chance to showcase our resilience and ability to grow from challenges. Okay, on to a question that can be a bit awkward. What are your salary expectations for this dental chairside assistant position? Talking about money can feel a little uncomfortable sometimes.
It's definitely a necessary part of the process, but you can handle it strategically. Do some research before the interview to get a sense of the typical salary range for dental chairside assistants in your area. Websites like Glassdoor or salary.com are super helpful for that.
Great tip. And should we give a specific number or a range?
It's usually best to give a range. Gives you some wiggle room during negotiations. And if they ask about your previous salary, be prepared to handle that tactfully. Some states actually have laws that prevent employers from asking about salary history. So if you're not comfortable sharing, you can politely redirect the conversation.
Good to know. Okay, this next one is a classic. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Trying to get a sense of our ambition and how this role fits into our long-term goals.
It is. It's about showing them you're not just looking for a job, you're looking for a career path.
Right. So how do we answer that without making it sound like we're already planning our exit strategy?
Focus on how this position can help you grow professionally. Maybe you want to specialize in a certain area of dentistry, get more certifications, take on leadership roles within the team. It's about showing that you're eager to learn, grow, and contribute to the practice long term.
And be ready for a follow-up, like what steps are you taking to achieve those goals?
Exactly. So be prepared to talk about any courses you're taking, conferences you're attending, mentorship opportunities you're seeking out. Show them you're serious about your professional development.
All right. And now for the final question, which is actually more of an opportunity. Do you have any questions for us? Our time to shine.
It is. This is your chance to turn the tables a bit, gather some information to help you decide if this is the right fit for you.
So, what are some good questions to ask?
Don't be afraid to ask about the practice culture, opportunities for growth, or their approach to patient care. It shows you're engaged and interested in becoming part of their team.
And what if all our questions have already been answered? Is it okay to just say that?
Absolutely. You can say something like, I think you've covered everything really well. Thank you for your time. Be genuine and show you're truly interested in the position and the practice.
Wow, we've really covered a lot of ground today. I feel so much more prepared for my next dental assisting interview.
Me too. Remember, preparation is key. Practice those answers, tailor them to each specific job and practice, and don't forget to let your personality and passion shine through.
And a huge thank you to RoleCatcher for providing such amazing resources. Those AI tools are game changers.
You really are. So to everyone listening, go out there, ace those interviews, and land your dream job.
We're rooting for you. And until next time, keep diving deep.